I have always wanted to make my very own Roblox game. Maybe even earn a couple bucks, but every time I have tried something like a little bit of scripting, I just give up. But this time, it's going to be different. I'm a terrible builder and I know nothing about scripting. This is gonna be fun. My idea is just a simple lobby, but with a small catch. So basically, a player spawns on the spawn platform, he does all his usual jumping, and boom, all of a sudden a block gets deleted. And then he has to find another block to jump on. This is just my concept right now. After designing the concept, I decided to hop in Roblox Studio and start working on my game. The first stage is very simple. Some blocks have collision off and some have it on. For the second stage, I had an idea of building a conveyor, but then I scrapped that, and I just decided to make those red lasers that kill you. To make those lasers work, I needed to write my first script. I found a YouTube tutorial on how to make a part that kills you. Pause. If you're wondering why the green part killed me instead of the actual laser, well, each stage has a small twist and tricks the player's brain. Let's see if you can find what I do to the next stages to make them more impossible. For the third stage, I wanted to recreate Minecraft fence jumps, which are pretty annoying, not going to lie. The fourth stage will be very simple. All you gotta do is just pick the right block. I want to make some of the blocks clipped right through you, so I had to turn off Can Collide on them. I found this plugin called Archimedes. It took me a while to figure it out on how to use it, but then I accidentally made a circle. I'm going off topic right now. Let's continue with the fifth stage. I wanted to make a narrow path for a player to walk on, and turn off collision on some of the blocks. It's day 2, and after some intense thinking while I was sleeping, I decided to scrap this whole simple lobby idea. It's just way too basic, and I don't think the game will have any chances to stand out. So, I came up with this instead. How about I make a game called Impossible Tower? I started working on the tower right away. I again used this plugin called Archimedes to make this really cool tower shape. It was really easy with the help of this plugin. Then I made a floor to the tower so people can spawn on there. And I started adding stages to the tower. I watched a couple YouTube videos on how to build better on Roblox and learning about unions. And then I started implementing them in my game. Time for a speed build montage. I'm pretty much done with the first tower. All I need to do is add some walls. I also retextured some of the walls to a darker gray color, so the tower looks more like a real tower instead of just a block on Roblox. Alright, it's time to make the second tower. I also needed a teleport pad that teleports the player from the first tower to the second tower. I found a script on YouTube on how to make a teleporter, and I started writing it. Let's test it out. It has a small error, but I know how to fix it. It still doesn't work. There's no C-frame error. I misspelled C-frame. Let's see if it works now. Let's go, it works. I also forgot to record this, but I added a block which turns day into a night. It's day 3, and it was time to work on a GUI that pops if a player joins my game. I used the block to detect if a player is in the block to show the GUI. I asked ChatGPT to write me a script, and of course it didn't work, and there were no errors. Then I tried writing my very own script. It has an error, but I know the solution. All I need to do is add a wait for a child. Let's test it now. Everything seems to be working, and yup, it disappeared. I redesigned the GUI a bit because I didn't like how it looked. Now I wanted to make a checkpoint at the second tower, otherwise it would be too hard. And players might even rage quit, so yeah, that's not a good thing. I found a script on YouTube that I thought would work, but I guess it didn't. Bruh. After trying to use many scripts from YouTube and using ChatGPT, I finally found a script that actually works, and the checkpoint system now is working. Okay, I don't know when or how, but now the teleporter has this nice animation thing. I don't know when I made this, but anyways, here's the script for the teleport animation. I want to also make an end platform that gives you a winner badge. Day 4. I will make a second screen GUI that pops once a player reaches the second tower. I will also use a part to make it visible. There was another error, but I already knew. All I need to do is add wait for child. I didn't record it, but it works. It's time to upload the badges now. I wanted a winner badge and a welcome badge. I forgot to record making them, but they turned out to be a-okay. For the welcome badge script, I found it searching on YouTube. Thank God we have a thing like YouTube. Let me test it out if it works. Let's go, it works, I got the badge. Now for the victory badge script. I also found the script on YouTube. It was pretty similar to the other script and it was very simple. I wanted to have 3 sounds in my game in 3 different places. But I was searching for hours on YouTube to try to find the perfect script, but none of the scripts really worked. Some of them had like these small issues where it would work, but it wouldn't work in my game because my game has other scripts and other blocks which affected it, and yeah, I just ended up going to sleep. In the next morning I found this video which looked pretty promising. It took me a while to write this very big script, but it worked right away. It was that simple. Now I needed to add borders across the tower so players don't jump right out of it and they go to the end part, which is actually fake. I made another end part and this one is fake. I also wanted to make one game pass, which is going to be called Super Jump. I again forgot to record on how I made the GUI and how I made the game pass work, but I guess it's there and it works. Enjoy the last time lapse of me making the game logo. While I'm editing this video, I decided to check how my game was doing, and in 1 week it only has 40 visits, which means I didn't make a viral game, and I failed. But it's okay, it's my first game, and it's okay to fail. All you gotta do is just keep trying.